Hare Krishna. The heart that delights in the ephemeral can't delve into the eternal. Suppose we have a torchlight with us. Now, if we focus the torchlight in one particular direction, it will illuminate that direction. But then, if something is there in the opposite direction, we will not be able to see it. So, if we have lost something valuable, a treasure, we need to focus our torchlight in the right direction where that treasure is, and then we will find it. If we compare our heart and our consciousness to that torchlight, our consciousness is like the light that comes out, and the soul, which is present in the region of the heart, is the source of that light. Now, wherever the soul's consciousness is directed, that's where the soul will look for pleasure. That's where the soul will experience life in relationship with. Now, normally, because our culture around us is so materialistic, we look for pleasure in material things. And even if we gain spiritual knowledge, and we may externally engage in spiritual practices, still internally we keep seeking worldly pleasures. And when we do that, then we cannot experience higher happiness, because the consciousness is misdirected elsewhere. The Bhagavad Gita states that tasmat tamindriyanyadau niyamya bharatarshapha papamanam prajahiya enam jnana vijnana nashanam. In 3.41 it says that we need to regulate our senses. We can't indiscriminately engage in sensual pleasure, because that indulgence will deaden our spiritual sensibility. It is the destroyer of knowledge, jnana, and destroyer of the urge for getting knowledge, vijnana nashanam. So, what does it mean, jnana vijnana nashanam? That first of all, when we just get too caught, okay, let me look for the treasure here, then we don't even remember that there is some other direction where the treasure might be there. So, like that, when we get infatuated with the hope of worldly pleasures, we can't perceive spiritual reality, and the hope that we will get worldly pleasure takes away our impetus even for exploring spiritual dimension of life. And that's why we need to recognize that we have to redirect our consciousness towards Krishna. Of course, the process of Bhakti Yoga offers us a very easy and effective way for connecting our consciousness with Him. At the same time, while practicing Bhakti, we need to be aware that if we let our consciousness get directed elsewhere, if while practicing Bhakti, our heart is delighting in worldly pleasures, then the heart will not be able to delve into the eternal. Even if we do the external activities of Bhakti, we will not be connected with Krishna, and that's why we will not get any satisfaction in that connection. And we will simply stay craving and slaving for worldly pleasures. So, by the conviction that, okay, on this side, in the direction of materialistic life, I have sought pleasure for many lifetimes. And even in this life, I have sought pleasure so many times. I will not seek pleasure over there. Nateshu ramate buddhaha. The Bhagavad Gita says in 5.22, the wise do not delight in such pleasures. What do they do instead? Yo antah sukho antaramas tathantar jyotireva yah yogi brahma nirvanam brahma bhuto digacchati. Those who learn to turn their consciousness towards spiritual reality and seek happiness in the spiritual, in the supreme spiritual reality Krishna, and turning away from worldly pleasures, they can get enduring spiritual happiness. Thank you. Hare Krishna.